Why hello there, my name's Lupo and this is It Worth It? Where we review if it's worth it to upgrade that car in Forza Motorsport and what differences it makes on the track and both time-wise on the laps. For the first car today we chose the 2010 Nissan GTR SpecV. There has been no aftermarket upgrades applied and no tuning applied to it as well. This is just the raw car and I find that it's really fun to drive on the track, and we used it on the Top Gear test track full circuit. We tried to get the best lap time we possibly could. Just making it into that corner with a lot of oversteer right there, but it did not affect the lap time majorly, crossing the finish line for the first lap, making it at 1 minute and 24 seconds. Now the second lap, 1 minute and 21 seconds, and the third lap at 1 minute and 19, by just a little shorter. Now those are track times right there as you can see on screen, and now we are going to upgrade it and tell you, is it worth it to upgrade it? Now that's a question that plagues a lot of the Forza community. They don't want to waste money on a car with upgrades and it turns out it's too quick or it's too slippery and it worsens your lap times. We're back on the Top Gear test track, as you can see, repainted and new rims along with other upgrades. Coming hot off the line with a lot of power, traction was a little bit more slippery as it was turned off once again. Coming into the first corner pretty quickly, but oversteer is not a problem now. Well, at least for that corner it wasn't. Coming into the second one quite quick again, and that oversteer is not a problem again, and that's probably due to the racing suspension, it being stiffened, and the racing tires, and being able to grip more, and being able to just have better control of the whole car. And there we go, having a little bit of slide again, coming into the third or fourth corner quite quickly again. This is the straightaway, going right for it. Coming into the epic draw of that little small straightaway is always a bit hard to get into. You got to brake pretty heavily, especially in a high-powered cars. It can come suddenly when you're going that quickly again. Oversteer, not a big factor in this. Sliding a little bit, losing a bit of traction, a little bit of oversteer there, but again, not a huge issue going straight down that. Brakes doing a great job with this upgrade, controlling this car, especially in those corners, getting a little bit of wobble there in the car. Whoa, you saw how fast that was going on to the main straight. Now this is where people always mess up because it's quite a bit of stretch to land. Coming into the final corner, one of the final corners, braking very heavily. The rotors on the brakes pretty hot now. Coming in for the final draw of the lap time, and what is it going to be? First lap drawing ends with 1 minute 16 seconds and 117 milliseconds. Not too bad for the first lap, as they're always a little bit slow, especially in new upgraded car. You got to learn its different handling, so first lap not too bad. Drawing a very quick end to lap 2. This was a much better lap. The car handled a little bit more differently as it was warmed up, and I performed a little bit better, shaving more time off for you guys, and this was definitely more enjoyable. Final time for that lap was 1 minute and 12 seconds and 917 milliseconds, shaving off almost 10 seconds from our stock car time. And now that may not seem like a bit, but in car terms and a whole track, that is a lot. Imagine sitting in one place for a whole 10 seconds, and imagine going 100 miles an hour for that 10 seconds. That's a lot of distance that we shortened up in that amount of time. Coming into the final lap with a bit of oversteer, but we did improve our time significantly on this one compared to our original, for a final time of 1 minute 12 seconds and 673 milliseconds. So the question remains, is it worth it to upgrade this car? Hell yes.